call it Inferno.
Yeah, that's true. If he has a little roll back the years moment and come back to his home map and deliver a special performance, it'd be a great time for it. Somebody's got a duck in front of them. That's kind of cool.
Cello.
What is up, Cello? I like the Try having the strap of tape across his chest. It looks like he was like wrapped up.
Yeah, he's like broken out of.
Right, it was a very long strip of tape. It felt like it was part of the entire clothing attire. Here we go, live into Inferno. Passion on the T side, Imperial on the CT side defending. This game for elimination here at the Budapest Major by StarLadder. Losing team goes home, winning team plays again tomorrow. We're gonna have Passion head over towards the B bomb site. Grim is gonna get that first step over in Banana, and KVM, the top performer so far, Major rookie, top performer for Passion. He's going to be sent on a solo mission, like a literal solo mission.
Yeah, he's walking all the way towards top middle. 2 players here for Imperial over towards A, but they're passive, so they're not gathering the information. As to where KVM currently is.
He's got a pickle on his P250.
He does, a little pickle rig going on over there. Well, he's going to be making his way over towards the archway.
Dude, I can't believe he's got this much real estate for free.
Like no one is even thinking about it.
If you're a Passion, like, chill. Like, you don't have to do anything. Like, you've taken some attention at the B bomb site, but KVM is calling his position. And I thought they might even just have him wrap around the B bomb site, but he's going to call him back. So I don't know if the flank is going to be as effective. Look at the positions, very strong from the defense inside the site and pit.
There's Holzerk straight away to the first kill of the pistol round here. No way going down. nicx to fly into the site, and a great frag here on Try. We have Skulls, Vinny, and Cello making their way back in for that rotation as they try and get through Library. It's KVM with the kill on Vinny, then the turn back towards the archway. And Skulls finally getting rid of KVM, but he does so much of the heavy lifting here, taking that space to start off the round, and then 2 really important kills here.
Yeah, that'll be, I want to see if Imperial is going to have better eyes on that in the gun rounds. I mean, obviously, they're going to be better than having nobody home for the entirety of the round. So take a big risk with the fact that Rap side is going to be open, and KVM just strolls in. Double kill for him. Skull's gonna not be able to win this round, trying to take a couple kills right at the end of the day, and he does have one. Good shot onto Holzerk. And that's the pistol round. So Passion start Inferno off in this best of 3 with a victory. And they get to have the advantage moving forward. They just have to get past this second round likely investment from the Brazilian side. Talked a lot about this Imperial team in the experience versus kind of the talent, the young guys. Skulls kind of talked a lot about that, saying, you know, a lot of what you mentioned. You know, I got a lot of experience, he said in an interview, playing with some of those teams. Liquid for a while, obviously in the Acadian edition of Team Liquid, going over to Furia, playing for FaZe for a couple weeks right before the Austin Major. So he's kind of like, it's been fun being able to take that experience and actually pass it on to some of the younger guys in the team and actually work with them to help them improve. So taking a new role of responsibility. And I think to your point earlier, a lot of that is due to not having success in those top teams. So now he has to take the step back and rebuild.
Mike 7 ready to go for No Way, and he's missed the shot. Cello peeks on up from the boiler stairs and gets one back in the CZ, and that grenade, just got a little bit too far behind as KVM moves forward, realizing he needs to get out of dodge there on 20 HP, and he comes out with Cello's life. So Passion UA, man advantage picked up. That's
actually a really cool step forward for KVM. I think actually a really nice situation provided by Cello. If he had a little bit more ammunition in that CZ, that nade is going to force him into his waiting arms. So almost a very nice sequence for this stack of Imperial over in Halls, now in a 3 versus 4. KVM brought very low though, so quick to be doubled up, and he's got to remember he's got the bomb as well. He's all alone over in alt mid. JT's got to keep a tight leash on the bomb carrier.
Make sure you bring him back over, join up with the squad. 2 players waiting in behind the half wall, and Skulls just a little bit in an off angle off the side of those sandbags. So it should be Skulls taking that first contact and then drawing to Vinny, but good clearance, and Grim realizing that possible setup. Skulls will get 1 extra kill out of it, but the B-bomb site has been taken, and Try is so far away from this. So that's good work from Passion UA to find themselves into the bomb site. They definitely take a lot of casualties along the road. But it'll be a 2-0 lead. Yeah, the casualties are a bummer, but obviously in a second round bye, you're just happy to get through it with a victory, so it's all good. Nice gun pickup, though, from Try, if he wants to go for some exit kills right at the tail end. Going to come back. Actually, this could get way more expensive. KVM is going to have to really sprint. 20 HP, that new bomb radius is going to be brutal. So great opportunity for Try to try for some exit kills. We all saw that coming. Yeah, everyone saw that one coming. You all knew it was coming. I'm sorry. You had a couple of fallen ones yesterday. I know. Those are hard. Thank God Big aren't back at Major.
The one reason none of us want big to be at the majors is just the constant wordplay unintentional.
Well, we'll get into the more important rounds now. We'll see Cello just obviously keeping this one as expensive as possible. Extra kill was found in the last few seconds there as well from Try. And we have got the 2-0 lead for Passion UA. Another weak round coming up for Imperial. So it should be 3 in a row for Passion UA. Then we'll get into the gun rounds finally on Inferno. A lot of people at this major, with Passion UA getting a couple of results under the belt, started to get pretty excited about JT. I've heard a little bit of chatter in theory crafting. Maybe does JT deserve a better team? Does he deserve a shot on the step up, Jason?
You know, that's been that's been like a conversation, I think, mostly among the Americas region for some time now. Hold the phone. This is Galil.
Oh, Try.
Here we go.
Oh, no. Try doing so much work. It's now suddenly fallen to KVM and nicx. And this is a round that Imperial should not be even getting close to winning, but all of a sudden they've got the player advantage, and that bomb is all the way back on the T stairs. Now KVM is hunting down kills, and KVM turns out to be a real killer as he takes 2 and recovers this round.
I'm not going to lie, when you started that question about JT, I thought you were going to bring it over towards KVM.
Yeah.
Because he's been actually, I mean, look, nothing I've seen from him is like lights out off the charts or anything like that, but just watching him play as like a major rookie, not being afraid of fights, looking pretty sharp in various moments, obviously going to have a tough time as he adapts to the better teams in this level of play, but man, I think Passion's got to be very, very pleased with how he's performed so far at this major. 1.18 rating here in Stage 3, top performer for Passion. No reason to be disappointed in what he's brought you here. Recovering this round as well with his double kill. And Passion's being very cautious about moving into this B bomb site. Despite all the kills in this area, they know the potential for another stack is still there.
No way, getting closer and closer into the site. KVM just waiting at the pool. He's the player that's done all this heavy lifting, and he looks to close out as well. No way throws that smoke down onto the bomb. He's got no kit on his back. KVM's in the smoke, just slashing, trying to find him. And No way is not on that defuse. He goes out into the open, and KVM gets the kill. So KVM with a really strong start on the T side of Inferno here. That's all the weaker rounds out of the way for Imperial. We'll see them get into a bye now.
Let's see if we can get a pop-off game out of KVM.
Well, you know, like starting to shape up like one.
Yeah, it's a really good start, and obviously this is a lovely round to give him some confidence. He recovers the round, he gets that final kill, really quick headshot. I know it's just against pistols and this one saved Galil, but this is a team he could pop off against, and I guess if I'm JT and you've kind of watched him gain confidence through the 2 stages you've played already, that's been the conversation around him, is how good he's been improving. I think you almost come up to him before this game and you're like, my brother, if you see the opportunity, if you feel it coming, like, go for a pop-off game. See if you got the hot hand.
KVM, he's definitely charging forward with the confidence at the moment. Look at the speed that he's got going. He is taken down by Cello. Try and Vinny also in tandem, simultaneously taking kills here for Imperial. We leave nicx all alone all of a sudden in this round. The speed up for Passion UA, trying a fast first gun round towards that A-bomb site, and it all meets a sticky fade in the hands of Imperial.
I wonder if it's a game plan idea for them to attack towards the rap side. We saw it in the pistol round with KVM just being confident, or at least like taking the risk of doing it entirely alone. No utility, no teammates. Now you see this first gun round attack towards rap side. So I wonder if they're watching some demos and sensed a little bit of weakness on that part of the map that they could try and exploit. At least early on, Imperial, good for them, are able to shut it down in the first gun round. You don't want that to be established as a consistent pain point. That's a tough part of the map if constantly Passion is taking it over and attacking you from that side of the bomb site. So nicely done to shut it down and make sure that Passion don't feel the confidence to go back into it multiple times. And Try has his op, and ooh, that timing is almost way far against him.
Nade over towards Holzerk. A little bit of damage off the top, and you can see all that damage that was done throughout the first 3 rounds. Yes, Passion UA winning the first 3, but they lost a lot of players, putting them in a position with just these pistols and Galils, and it hasn't worked out for them in the early goings towards top middle. It's tried to come out on top of the fight with Grim, and he's sticking around. In fact, he's going back in for a double dip with this AWP.
All right, Try, here we go. Oh, near miss on the jiggle out of Boiler. But still, I mean, it doesn't really matter if he misses because there's no ground gained, and the utility for Passion is going to be the problem. And I think considering they have one smoke, one flash, it's likely this round just ends up in a 4-on-5 execute at the B bomb site.
Oh, that's a shot landed to KVM. And he wants nothing to do with it as he runs all the way back down to middle. No longer does he have the health to challenge over towards the A bomb sides. To Passion UA, gathering up in Banana with the 4 remaining players to try and commit Vinny.
Yeah, and I think because of that defensive smoke at half wall, it's kind of messed with the timing. KVM with that presence did a good job of keeping the defense there, but not able to pounce on it with any kind of speed is Passion.
Another smoke coming in here for Imperial. 28 seconds as Passion UA stand behind the smoke for the time being. But they've just got to go eventually. And they're going to be coming at Try, who's at the back of the site now. Vinny no longer alone, has the strong AWP presence, and now Cello's even rotated towards CT. So it's very hard to see a world in which Passion UA are even going to get into the site comfortably here with just how many players still lie in front of them. It's the limited time indeed that is going to cost them, but they get to the site just in time, and they put the bomb down. And KVM, even low HP, is not stopping. Kill after kill as KVM clears out the site. It's noway and Skulls trying to get into this 2v3. Skulls does a great job of getting that first, and now KVM low in HP, still at the back of the bomb site, and JT with the AWP in dark. Yeah,
I think KVM gets the reposition because he's afraid of a grenade, which is a good call. AWP needs to land this shot. If KVM gets put in a tough situation, I don't think he can do much more.
JT holding on. It's going to be noway. Straight to that kill as JT from the back of the site chimes in, but he's alone now, and he goes up for the shot. Okay, in-game leader on the AWP, gets in the fire on low HP and still wins the kill, still wins the clutch. That's a massive step up there from JT.
Yeah, you start to get a little scared. You see that Molotov come in. He knows he's got one chance at it, one opportunity, and boy, does he nail it. Inside the flames just before he goes down. But man, give your flowers over to KVM. I know we've said a lot about him so far in this game, but this round is incredible. He comes into this with, what, 20 HP, taking duels against rifles, the spray down to eliminate Try, does everything they need to secure the bomb site. Look at him hyping up the IGL as well. 4-1 for Passion. Another buy comes in for Imperial. It's JT leading the way, one burns, and oh, they've got a strong take of Banana. Imperial gonna have to save right out of the gate, round done.
They're just riding that momentum now. That's a huge round to pick up for Passion UA in the previous, and even better to find success so convincingly in the follow-up. It really allows this T side to start getting control of the economy game. Imperial at least looking very likely to be able to save this AWP for Try. Passion UA are starting to set a couple of players down Banana though. They could be motivated to try and get rid of the weapons.
Not quite yet. I think they're just securing the exit route. Grim doesn't want anyone to have, like, get in position over at logs to really be able to punish anyone. We'll see where they decide to retreat. Grim's gone there, but everyone else is retreating towards CT spawn. So, yeah, no money, no need to hunt quite yet. And obviously, when you knock out the B defense that fast, it's like, you know they're just going to be hunkered down somewhere. So 5-1. A nice, easy round to just get in quick and add one onto the board. No stress. All 5 players survive, so money grows for the attacking side of Passion. As Imperial struggling to keep these guys under control. Skulls with an MP9, same with Vinny and Cello, AWP out on Try. And they've got a decent amount of cash in the bank as well, so even losing this round, next will be another investment with rifles.
Try holding the angles. That swing comes in. Here's the rifle for JT, and Vinny is gone. Try to make quick work of the response, and he goes back out again, realizing this is the best opportunity Imperial will have at competing in this round. And Try now getting inside of the CT smoke. He doesn't want to fall back. He wants to keep going forward. And he's still a nuisance, still a threat here for Passion UA. As they feel funneled into the B bomb site, they have to go here, and Try with a no-scope gets away with another one. His teammates now to step up, and we've got Grim, low HP, finished off by Skulls. That is a huge round from Try.
A little bit over-eager, I think, from Passion in that round. Beautiful shooting from Try, but he's given every single peek that he would have liked. Those tight sliver gaps that he's just able to slide into and take a quick shot back away. I think Passion really wanted to pounce on that B bomb site, so everyone's kind of turning this corner, not looking for a fight, looking to set up the utility and put it in place. So Try's able to kind of pick a few people off. as they're just lackadaisically wandering into the open. Great no-scope on the Hulzerk as well, nice and easy. And it's the op of Try that has all the impact in the world. Gonna go for a little bit more, peek towards alt mid, and first kill is his.
Yeah, Try has been delivering some great maps for Imperial in this competition so far. We're gonna try and continue that on the day that means the most. It's Vinny. Sweep it away, Hulzerk, and a 3v5 instantly at the start of the round here for Passion UA.
3 rounds in a row with very aggressive banana takes out of Passion, so Imperial has just kind of caught on to that. Doing a really good job with utility, doing a really good job, obviously, with these opening kills and these first kills to slow things down and make sure that Passion don't have that easy launching pad from Carr. KVEM's gonna have to pick it up. Lovely shot, baits out the op shot, and drills Try in the dome.
Just hitting pause for the time being here. Passion UA, it's going to be a block smoke down towards CT. Cello playing up on top of the boost. Let's see if Grim can creep across the safety. He will. Get over towards the pool. Undetected by Cello. Oh, they haven't cleared him though. There's too many angles to worry about. Cello gets away with one. KVEM makes quick work of him in response, and the bomb now arrives. Can JT and KVEM once again win out a post plant here for Passion UA on the B-bomb site?
Yeah, no utility. They haven't been able to scavenge any either, so no smokes to block off the choke points. Not yet realizing where this retake is going to come from. 2 players flanking up Banana. Vinny playing a bait setup as well, so noway will push in first. Vinny's going to join up with them now. Molotov towards new boxes, and JT's going to have to move.
KVEM steps into the open, taken down by noway. We've now got JT finished off after 1 kill. It's a great retake here from Imperial, keeping 2 players up and really starting to get themselves into the CT side now.
Yeah, lovely job. Grim even clears the boost, or he looks towards it, but doesn't clear it entirely. Didn't believe anyone was home. Nice round from Imperial overall, and TC is going to call a timeout to talk things over with Passion, because these last couple rounds, it does feel like the openings, the aggressive stances towards Banana have kind of sold them down the river after that initial kind of uppercut that they win in round 6. Go back to that same sort of philosophy, and Imperial's been ready the last 2. So Zach doing a good job of making sure his team is adapting and changing based off what they're seeing. And Imperial starting to claw this one back, but most of it is off the effort from Try's AWP.
Yes, he gets them going. Let's see if they can continue it as a unit across the board.
This is Zach's 3rd year leading this Imperial roster. I believe he stepped in right when that Fallen Last Dance version of Imperial ended.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, he's been there
Feels
for
like
a minute.
just yesterday he was in 9Z.
Yeah. I think he's done a pretty admirable job as well. Obviously not going to be one of the big coaching names that we discussed, but I think he's been able to keep Imperial relatively competitive throughout these 3 years that he's been there. Battling in the hierarchy of Brazilian teams.
Has a lot of talent to work with now as well.
Yeah, I mean, some cool roster additions. I think Skulls is a good find. You know, I was someone who was pretty high on Skulls early on when he finally got his chance coming out of Pain and joining some of the top teams, joining Liquid. It never really kind of came to fruition. I think the game sense and like the game understanding didn't develop nearly as fast as I thought it would. And he's still got tons of skill, Skulls. And still plenty of time in his career to figure things out. And you never know. I mean, some players, that kind of gets activated when you have to be the experienced player on a team. You start having to think through your decision-making a little bit more, and you can increase your game that way.
The pressure's up on Vinny. He'll play in behind the sandbags. Does very well to get 2. And then eventually traded out by KVEM. Weapon available and tossed over to JT to try and finish out this round. Skulls gets cleared off. That's a great shot from KVEM's Deagle. An awkward fight, an awkward angle, but KVEM still finding impact. He just can't make it across safely. His try denies that easy bomb access into the site, putting JT and Hulzerk in a 2v3, and that bomb is now down, so it will be a post plant. As Holzerk tries to get a strong position to Dark, but it doesn't really matter because Try and noway have cleared out the side again, and Imperial with another successful retake. But Passion UA consistently getting into the B-bomb side, putting that bomb down. Imperial showing a level of comfort, allowing themselves to go for retakes.
Yeah, and but there's still this. They're still having that similar kind of issue that we talked about. Is the main engine? Like KVM is playing a great game so far. That's a lovely deagle clear on the Skulls up on the top of first Oranges. I bet he's pissed off. But you're still looking at Holzerk and Grim and saying, we need you guys to get going. We need, like, this is an elimination game. We can't be having these slow starts. 2 and 7 for Grim, 3 and 8 for Holzerk. Can very quickly change, can obviously change very much when they switch over to the CT side, especially for Holzerk getting his AWP out in the field. But you're missing a lot of strength in this roster, not providing you the kills quite yet. Molotov forces Tries op away, same with the flash, and Grim's gonna scale up mid. A little bit of room and a little bit of a reprieve on the defense there as a 3B start due to the attention that Banana has gotten early on from Passion. Good kill from JT. That should keep Cello on this part of the map. Yikes.
Well, luckily no one's near them, Jason, I suppose. That's the one positive. Passion UA are going towards the A site. And that's not necessarily a positive for Imperial at the moment, but if they come towards Archway, Skulls is still close enough to have some impact. He's going to delay Grim moving up. Slow him down a little bit. 45 seconds. The rotation hasn't really arrived here. Skulls has played forward, caught by JT.
Well, caught by JT because...
Oh my god, Cello jumping out of the smoke. Gets away with a kill on Grim. Try through the smoke. KVM walked into that fight, and Try actually has a shot at winning this.
Yeah, it got scrappy, didn't it? KVM didn't need to make that play, but here we are. 2 versus 1, and Try going to be stalled out by the smoke. I don't think he's going to go for this unless he gets a freebie, but he's not even going to look for one.
Once that smoke comes out, but it just feels so difficult for the AWPer to get back into a competitive fight.
So Skulls makes his play to run out of library through the library smoke, thinking that everything is going to be blocked off, but the smoke over towards Arches, that it gets broken by Cello, which gives, you know, players a clear line of sight at Skulls. There's the opening kill from JT. Cello pouncing on through. But the defense crumbles. I mean, you can see, though, in that round, you can see how much the early punishment towards Banana from Passion is actually influencing the rotation. One player goes down through the smoke, Try shifts. A little bit more utility comes out, and a second player at the A-bomb site shifts over. So that leaves one player, and then Cello and Skulls have to try and recover from Rap side, but it's far too late at that point, far too out of position. And that's what forces Skulls to make the desperate play. That's what forces Cello to make the desperate play as well. So some blown rotations there from the Imperial side. Give Passion their 6th round on the offensive Inferno.
KVM put up into the bedroom. He's got noway just around the corner. 2 players stacked up in the hallways in the apartments. He'll continue to spray, and that's not a clean look there for KVM. So noway walks away with the advantage here for Imperial.
Yeah, one of those fights where you feel like you should be doing way more damage through the edge of that wall and just get straight up punished. Awkward engagement. Holzerk is going to follow up over towards Halls. Or excuse me, nicx is going to follow up over towards Halls. Sorry, it's the glasses that threw me off.
Yeah, it's a small icon, Jason. Forgive it. But yeah, nicx on over towards that A-side. JT moves through the smoke. At B, Try making sure the trade comes in. Skulls, remember, still behind the coffins, and he had a chance. He just can't make it work, and so at least he gets away. Now nicx starts to move forward in towards that A site.
And actually, the bomb has fallen all the way back as well on Holzerk, so Grim is going to sell the presence over towards the B bomb site, hiding inside the smoke for its fate. It's broken open. The nade lands on him for the fact, but look, they've controlled the A bomb site now, and nicx even has a smoke. Holzerk's taken the long route, which means, I mean, it's the safe route as well. It's the smart decision, but they've already gotten back kind of in time. It's when does this smoke get deployed?
Oh, but he's a little bit too exposed there, Try. So nicx swings on out. He just creeps into the angle, and that kill comes in. So Imperial, they've had a lot of success retaking the B-bomb site. Now they've got to do it on A.
Oh, I feel like someone needs to get in towards pit. Holzerk needs to work up the courage. One player is going to flank around through halls to follow up. And both players find a way to get in towards double pit. And I like this setup for the post plant. One flashbang is out, but I think this is mostly going to be AKs in hands for Passion.
Holzerk waiting down. It's Cello. to fall down as he creeps up ever closer. It's nicx to peek out onto the balcony. Important kill, but it falls just to Holzerk to win this one out. The time is ticking. Skulls tries to get the angle, but there's not enough time to win the round. Holzerk stays hidden. And he also takes the kill just to guarantee it all.
Even sprays a graffiti as Skulls scales up on him. Just a little bit of ego there, a little bit of style points.
There was never a doubt there for Holzerk. He was winning that one. That's a great round from nicx, sensing the timing, sensing the gap. JT obviously taking the risk to come through on that. Boom. Grim, unfortunately, getting caught by the grenade perfectly. But nicx finds the space, finds the position, but also two very important kills. That one on Try, rotating in from Library.
Yes.
You can see how frustrated he was because he couldn't even see his opponent.
All right, well, this is a little bit uncomfortable. No one's watching for this peek from Cello. Grim's a free kill. Holzerk is also a free kill.
If he had a better gun, Jason.
No, he can. Oh, no, can't control the spray. You were right.
Yeah, if he had a better gun.
That's why you don't use the CZ kit.
5.7, you get all of them there.
This ain't 2015 anymore.
Yeah, his headset's off. He's like, I've had enough of that. Why is that my loadout?
I know, he's going to quit at halftime and just change it right now.
Yeah, well, JT farming frags, it's a double. And we've got Try left at 1v4 up towards top middle. Kavem's going to be gone, and Try will give it a good go here, but the bomb is being planted on the B site, and he's getting flanked out by nicx. Try aware that there is very likely still a lurker somewhere, but nicx will come around and top mid, surprise him.
Frustrating end of the half for Imperial.
Very frustrating. A lot of work to be done going into that second half for Imperial. Passion UA lead the way. Welcome back to the StarLadder Budapest Major 2025. You're currently watching it in the B stream. We've got Passion UA and Imperial fighting for survival. And over on the A stream, we got Mel's Falcons fighting for progression into the playoff stage. So looking forward to seeing how this one finishes out, though. As Imperial,
colloquially known as stage 4.
Yeah, stage four, I guess.
Yeah, you could have transitioned right into that.
I didn't want to. Calling the playoff stage 4 just feels weird. Well, let's come back to battle with our betting partner and let's get into the action. Passion UA 8-4 up. We favor them to win this game today, Jason. We feel like Passion UA have got a job done, and it's a great first half at least.
Yeah, I love
the rounds they've been able to get.
Great call. Oh, look at this aggression. Okay. Oh, the opportunities were there. 2 and alt mid. They've spotted him out. You might want to give this fight up now. They know your position. nicx, a couple tough rounds to end the half. Getting up by Try a number of times. Now just getting deleted by 2 shots from a Glock. That's a desk slamming moment.
It definitely is, but nicx seems pretty chill, so maybe he's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty chill, dude. Yeah, he's hanging out. Look at him.
He's like, just getting that stank face through the
yeah, he really is. It might even just be a screenshot. He hasn't moved.
No, he's there.
Oh, my Lord. He's like, okay, it happened to JT as well. It's all good.
Well, unfortunately for Passion UA, 3v5 to kick things off. Imperial just waiting, just letting the conveyor belt of Passion UA players come to them.
I mean, Passion's entire pistol round has been looking for these fights, right? It's just they're just getting completely neutralized. Imperial's like, all right, we saw the aggression in Balk, saw you guys peek in mid with a couple of players. We're just gonna chill for a minute and let all this aggression kind of wear out. And when it does, and when the pressure abates, smoke towards the left, start moving up middle. KVM dropped one by one. Passion falling prey to the Glocks.
30 seconds. And they finally have the A-bomb site under a lot of pressure. We put Holzerk alone in the site. Good shot on the P2000. Can he get another one? No, as Cello makes quick work of him on the follow-up kill. Now looking at Imperial winning the pistol here in the second half. Scoreline 8-5. We'll see if they can go on a bit of a run here themselves. They win the first 3 rounds of the half here. That gap is completely shrunk.
Well, what does Passion want to do with this kind of a lead? You know, do you use the rounds that you have ahead from the first half and just kind of save in this second one, go for the early buy? Or do you want to force up and try and turn the tables really early on? They are going to force up. All of everyone's invested. Deagle on KVM, MP9 on Holzerk, and 5-7s otherwise for Grim, JT, and nicx. Still going to be a tough round. Nade stack down middle. Nobody swings wide, but Cello does eat the brunt of the damage, and actually a late one onto Vinny down to 2 HP, 21 health for Cello. The nades work wonderfully. And now Imperial's just softened up for the weaker weapons. 2 players can die so quickly. A lot of pressure now on noway, Skulls, and Try to deliver the goods.
JT peeking on out, no way to fall down, and the Deagle goes for the peek. Grim's actually got a follow-up kill here for Passion UA. The pistol's doing a lot of work because it's not only the 2 kills, it's the damage they've done here to Cello and Vinny. 2 HP on Vinny, 21 on Cello. A real opportunity that this second round's going to work out for Passion UA.
Oh, Grim sees that smoke down at half wall, and he's just like, please, I want it. He's going to back off. Defensive smoke deployed just to give the sound cue, just to make Imperial be a little bit more confident turning this corner. Oh, Grim's got another one. And now it's the low
high HP player.
Yep, now it's the low health players.
Oh, this is rough for Imperial.
And Holzerk, as long as he doesn't stand still, as long as he runs and guns with his MP9, now remember, this is also unconfirmed damage.
Right.
So Passion doesn't actually know that Vinny and Cello are this low at the moment, but clearly a huge advantage in any gunfight.
Well, he goes to the start of the smoke, and this should give him even more of an advantage. Imperial using their own as extra cover into the site. Good reaction as soon as Vinny starts selling his position away. Holzer gets one, and it falls down to the clutch. nicx against Cello. And that low HP makes his 5-7 even more deadly. Cello needs the instant headshot.
Yeah, but now he's got the advantage of disappearing with this smoke cover. nicx taking a long time to get here. A lot of positions he could be playing.
Yeah, well, nicx has a smoke. He can deploy that onto the bomb and pull Cello out of the angle. And that smoke is going to drop. nicx clearing towards Ruins. He's picked up that MP9, and he goes immediately into the peak on Dark. Cello lets out a little smile. Unfortunate round lost there for Imperial, and that's Passion UA coming right back into things in the second round.
That's the smile that kind of says, I knew we were set up for this kind of a loss once those nades came in, once they brought me down low. He kind of sensed that round loss coming in, I think. But lovely shooting over towards Banana. It felt like it could have even been cleaner out of Passion. Unfortunately, KVM dies 100% of damage from the Molotov. This is a lovely reaction due to the smokes. Actually, even one of the smokes thrown by Imperial, the vision was lost onto Holzerk, and a huge win. Yeah, Zach doesn't like that. It's going to make him feel ill. That smoke did not go anywhere close to where it was intended.
Very good long smoke for the T side to work with if they wanted to. But the pressure is going to be on JT. Oh my God, a lot of pressure with grenades. That's JT blasted out of the round inside of Banana. You can see Holzerk having to rotate immediately to try and help out on B.
Yeah, kind of sloppy Counter-Strike from both teams in these last 2 rounds, just in the sense that, you know your team, the opposition is going to be on low economy. So last round for Imperial, why are you stepping into these choke points early on when you know nade stacks are the likeliest? That's the highest percentage thing that you can take damage from that early in the round. And now, same thing for Passion is, you know those nade stacks can come in from the T side as well, and standing at a frequently naded position, JT just hands over an M4 to Vinny. And Grim is brought down to half HP, and nobody's shifted over to help him. They're putting a lot of faith in Grim at the moment.
Holzerk. Kevem, couple of kills here for the CT side, and a 3v3 as they start to move into the bomb site. We've got Grim just biding his time, but can't get away with his life. It's noway just to charge him down with that Tech 9, leaping over the top of the boxes. And that site is taken for Imperial.
Yeah, these rounds have been too easy. This one too easy for Imperial to find access into the bomb site based off those early nades. Kevem going to come in for the flank. He's got to clear a tough corner. Deep into it is Vinny, and he lands the shot. 2-on-2.
Noway. And we'll take nicx down, and that was the only chance to really get anything going. Kevem realizes this round's done. He's hanging around looking for picks, but he's got to get out of there. He's got a lot of health left himself, and that bomb's about to blast off. So if he wants that AK, he better run. And Kevem now calls it, sprints all the way down towards bottom middle. And make it away alive. There's no way actually falls to the bomb.
Trading rounds back and forth in the early stages of this half, though, so Imperial's at least preventing Passion from just taking complete control and barreling into a map victory. A great rebuttal after losing the second round of this half. Here's the initial grenades. Bounces right off the shoulder of JT. Second one lands at his feet. And Grim wasn't able to get anything done. Playing passive due to the early nade damage and lack of utility and lack of teammates. Okay.
Yeah, pressure comes at you fast when you're facing elimination.
Yeah.
You have a 4-13 game. I mean, I talk about Grim and some of the Grim maps he's had on Inferno. Yeah, 4-13. He's going to be feeling it individually today.
I think that's part of the F-bomb that we just see launch out from so aggressively. nicx as well having a tough time getting going in this. Holzerk needs to back off. Kevem is there for the support, going to back everyone away, but now up towards mid we go. Good step forward from Try. And the only defender is Holzerk. He's coming down boiler right now. Noway, he's got that. JT adds a deagle kill. Okay, this is getting weird.
Well, MP7 into the peak and Vinny.
Damn, dude, JT's on point right now.
Yeah, JT is looking very sharp. And Grim, we need to see something out of him in a round like this. M4, he's got the premium rifle available here for the CT side for this retake. Skulls in Noway. Skulls in the pit, Noway on the box inside of the site. JT putting all the utility in place, and Grim is going to get caught running into the bomb site. So now it falls to JT on low HP, and like you said, he's been sick, he's been sharp, but just isn't going to be happening for him here. So 9-7 for Imperial, staying in Inferno here. There's been points where it looks like Passion UA might be able to get quite a run going, and Imperial always finding the answers, always staying in it.
Yeah, after winning that second round, round 14, felt like Passion was just in the driver's seat, but that one little hiccup has really ruined kind of the whole plans off of that. So Imperial get up to 7. The deficit is now just 2, and a huge advantage as Imperial's the first team to win 2 rounds in a row in this half. So it's just pistols with no armor, no utility for the Passion side of things. And as long as you don't drop the ball here and make any further mistakes that would lose you the round, Imperial's going to go into the first gun round feeling pretty confident. Utility up banana for the take. Molotov to the choke point, so the stack will have to be given up. They're going to stand in the flames a little bit of time, taking some damage. Actually, that Molotov didn't go nearly as deep as Imperial would have liked. But still willing to challenge, knowing the superiority of armor, the superiority of the weaponry.
Four plays for Passion UA at the B bomb site. Really hoping Imperial come in towards them. Might get what they're looking for, at least with Vinny. He can send himself forward with that MAC-10. As soon as he attacks a lot of presence here, you can call for them to run back. You've still got that 2-man setup at top middle ready to pounce, and the bomb's already going back. So with Vinny going down immediately. Oh god, though, they've lost kills on both sides, and eventually JT falling. He was the only A player. So
yeah, but you have to know they're gonna come for this. This might just be a full sprint all the way down banana and up middle. It's
Try's holding for it.
Yeah, Try has got the first kill, but he needs to stay alive and doing a good job.
Yeah, Try coming away with 1, not putting himself in harm's way for the further kills, and actually just drawing attention towards himself. He's out of bullets, and that AK goes to the Glock. No difference. He gets a result, and an AK picked up here for Holzerk. Can't win this round anymore. anymore. And he's going to run away and save the AK.
Yeah, that's an excellent weapon to get out of this round with, though, if you're Passion. Halzerk's going to be loving that, having an AK-47 to drop over to a teammate. Give it to Kvem with the hot hand. 19 kills so far for the Major rookie on Passion. 21 kills for Try. It's really heated up into this game after some nice rounds with the AWP in the first half. Triple kill here as he covered the B flank down Banana. So 9-8 going into the first full-blown gun round for both teams in this half.
Well, really still could go either way at this point on Inferno. We'll see if Kvem does get the AK. It looks like Halzerk might just hang on to it himself.
Seen a lot of frustration out of both teams as well throughout this game. A lot of death slamming, a lot of, you know, just taking deaths that has really pissed a couple of the players off a number of times.
Yeah, and Zach wanted to get on the mic and address how he wants his teammates to play the rest of this game, because they're getting into gear now where Imperial could take this Inferno, and that could be a massive opportunity for them in this best of 3.
I think this round can be a devastating loss for both teams. I think a team that loses this one is going to be in a really tough place mentally. So pretty critical for both squads. They're able to come out on top here, because this is really going to signal who has the advantage going into the later stages, who has the best shot at closing this out first. Money is a little bit rough on the Imperial side. Noway's got plenty. Vinny's hurting for it. So depending on how this round plays out, I mean, Passion have no cash built up. So if they lose, next round is definitely no kind of a buy that's going to have any kind of danger to it.
There's a slow approach to kick off this round for Imperial. You've got very passive setups here for Passion UA towards the A-bomb site. So Imperial will have the space there. They've got under a minute on the clock. JT attempting a spam down through that smoke and Banana. Try's got the util ready to go to help Vinny. Oh, gets caught. As soon as he starts throwing nades, JT very aware of where he can put his crosshair to spam down and catch Vinny in the open. So man advantage picked up here for Passion UA. Yeah, but a lot of the map to work with wrapping around this bomb site. This is really, really dangerous. 2 players doubled up in pit. It's all on Kvem, who's going to have the long distance fights. It's going to be smoked off initially, so these wrap side players are going to be able to stream into the bomb site. Awkward scenario, and Grim's caught completely unawares. Yeah, that is a massive pick for Cello to grab here. So Kvem from the pit, he's lost his support network though. Kvem is going to go massive, and he gets a second kill. It's the time. If he was able to hold on just a little bit longer, Imperial wouldn't have had enough time to feel comfortable in the site. But with that bomb going down, Passion UA having to come back in for a retake. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but this is all on Grim. Like, as that supportive element rotating over, when there's no information on Rap side, you have to be so aware how much they can scale. He's so eager to get into the fight that he sold his teammates at that bomb site. Now, a really tough 2-on-2 retake. Missed shot from Try, though. Oh, and the head comes up. Try's gone. No way in the bomb site, and JT clears him out. Okay, maybe Passion UA get away with one here. Yeah, maybe not so tough. They made that look really, really easy. That should have been a lot more competitive there for Imperial. They're going to be incredibly frustrated with themselves that they let that one go. I think, speaking of frustration, I think that's the mistake Grim has made. I think this has been a tough map for him, and he feels like he hasn't been able to get into it, hasn't been making correct decisions, hasn't been able to find clean fights, and he's trying to force the scenario, especially with the pressure of the moment as he shifts over when his teammates are under attack. But he just had nade in hand and was just so oblivious to the idea that somebody could have been walking up Rap side. Oh, that is a heartbreaking round to concede there for Imperial. Let's put their money on the line. And coming into this one with 2 AK-47s, 1 goalie, a couple of Tech 9s. Halzerk going for the peek down middle, has received a lot of damage from Try. But the op could just back away and play safe from here on out. 2 Tech 9s, 1-for-1 trade down Banana. Grim gets his, but no way in response.
So JT and Kavem left at top banana. Kavem will leave JT, it appears. And actually, they both sink back towards the bomb site. nicx might have a chance here as this smoke fades. Skulls lurking in the halls. And Passion doing this gamble. We saw this in one of their earlier games in this stage. Last stage, maybe? Where they would just leave the bomb site wide open. Typically, they had a smoke down, which isn't available at the moment. And at least in this round, it's the wrong call. So JT shifts over, adds a fourth player in defense of the A bomb site on a timing. When that timing isn't hit by Imperial, they spread the defense back out.
nicx waiting in the bedroom. Trying to catch them as they rotate back up through middle. He's got the info. They don't know.
He doesn't know about halls.
They've just been spotted, but he doesn't know about the halls. Now he knows. He's got skulls, and he's actually gone and got all three. Fantastic work from nicx. And he just keeps going. Tries alone though, 1v4, does damage on a Kavem through that smoke, but he didn't pick up the bomb. He's only got 15 seconds as well. This is all crumbled away from Imperial. They were competitive on Inferno. They were in this fight. But that last round on the retake, and now nicx stepping up like that in the apartments, it's really ripping out all the opportunity from them.
At least he died before the time. He had a chance to plant the bomb and actually get some bonus money for his team, but he missed that opportunity. At least he goes down and still gets his bonus money as well. That's a great triple kill from nicx, and for one of the guys on the Passion side of things that feels like has had a tough game, took some really rough deaths at various points throughout this. We didn't even really have a chance in the fights. This is a lovely sequence. Catches the rotation back to the A bomb site, well aware to check the stairs as he climbed out towards Boiler. Really nice triple kill that saves the day and maybe saves the map for Passion, because Imperial now out of money, and it should be free avenue into a 12th round with 4 chances to close out the opening map. Ooh.
Oh, really clean stuff there for Kavem.
Yeah, hello.
Grim's gonna back him up, and round's done. 12-8. It's gonna be map point for Passion UA. Competitive throughout the first half, had its moments here in the second, but Passion UA with a great chance now to round things out.
Yeah, we deathmatch it now.
This is the map pick of Passion UA. Dust2 up next for Imperial. Troy has another great map here for his squad. It looks like it's going to be in a losing effort, though. Holzerk sending his AWP over towards Banana. Imperial come to the fight with AKs and Galils. Holzerk posts up just on that corner, watching the half wall.
Yeah, when do they get the indication the A bomb site is the target, though? Because nobody's rotating back. It's going to be all on Kavem. Oh, the transfer down.
Look at the confidence of Kavem the whole way through this map. Just a little bit too much there. He keeps going and loses his life. nicx only getting the 1 kill, not the multi-kill this time, and the A bomb site has fallen. It's still doable here for Passion UA, but could have been a lot more comfortable. Try just waiting on the T-stairs. Holzerk's not going to check it, and Try's going to grab that AWP. Still falls to JT. It's Grim and JT coming back in for a retake, this time to try and close out the map. The double nade towards Cello, cutting him low, and now JT moves up towards the truck, and yeah, a little bit of time travel as we return to the action as JT clears out the site. Cello's got the kill, and now Grim with a 1v2. Quick turn into the pit, and Skulls needs to keep his head down, but Grim has done it. It'll be Passion UA taking Inferno. A retake picked up once again from JT and Grim. The cavalry arriving from the B bomb site, and 1 map up now in this series to try and survive into the final day.
Yeah, another great retake, as you mentioned, and I mean, those retakes towards the CT side are what won the day for Passion eventually. A couple of 2v2s, one down the stretch, and gotta say as well, nicx and Grim having some of those tough games here on Inferno, both of them having...
Stage 3 of the Major here in Budapest. And have a shot at getting down to the final day.
And the first time they were able to progress at a Major as well. Right. No other Major they were able to qualify onto the next stage, always eliminated in the first stage they showed up in. JT's first qualification moving on forward. So yeah, between him and TC, who've been working together for a long, long time, that's got to be an excellent feeling.
Well, things getting loud over there on the main stage.
Sounds like a Mouse clutch.
Sounds like
that sounds like a Torji clutch in particular.
Yeah, perhaps. But Passion UA and Imperial getting things going here in the second map of play. It's JT up on short, hiding in behind the smoke, going out for the peek, and they're going to fall away and send their attack out long here for Imperial.
Well, they've got a lot of ground. Grim is going to come back, spots it out. Oh, lovely shot. Okay. Grim opened things up with a one-bullet headshot. A nice way to start after Inferno. Drops and deploys the defensive smoke and is going to get aggressive with it.
Grim waits, side of the smoke. They're going to be coming up towards him. Head shown, and Grim falling away. It's no way to drop JT. Vinny to follow through. And this 4v3 as that bomb is getting planted here for Imperial. You can see nicx actually gaining ground, getting in behind, and just straight away, taking away 2 headshots. Flips back over towards Goose, but it's Kavem on the cleanup. And there we go. Fantastic work yet again from nicx and Kavem to get this one started for Passion UA.
Got a smile on his face. All right, got a couple players stepping up there that we didn't get on Inferno. Grim with the initial kill. Great defensive smoke that nicx eventually uses towards the end to cover his progression into the bomb site. And another great retake, you got to say, from the Passion side of things. Bomb gets planted, and nicx never lets him get comfortable. And, I mean, how are you supposed to spot this kind of a play out? Smoke covers everything. That's Grim smoke, and just as it fades, Kavem is there with the dualies.
Well,
I love Halzerk so much.
He's been doing that all tournament long as well. Definitely moving over past UA, him and Kavem, I guess.
There's one of those over-aggressive plays from Kavem.
Yes, well, he at least doesn't die. He loses a lot of his health, though.
Had to have been a conversation between maps is, let's be strong in these second rounds. If we win the pistol, let's not let them kind of convert and turn it back on our heads. Good opening kill for Passion with the boost up on short. Imperial still very slow to move around the map in a 4v5. They've got 3 smokes and 2 flashbangs to utilize, so they've got some utility to kind of go for a probe, go for a prod, see if you can make the defense move, see if you can get him to shift. A little misdirection mixed in there. And really, this is just a lot of time being given over to Try with the scout to see if he can get a pick. Smoke pops. Kavem actually gave him the peek he wanted, just fired a little bit too early. Kavem's got to be careful with that 32 HP at the back of the B bomb site. Other 3 players for Imperial over towards the double doors in Xbox. Haven't made their decision just yet. Letting the scout do things, seeing if they're going to get any kind of a push from the long player. That'll be Grim, and he will make those pushes throughout this half.
As nicx picking out from the window all the way down into middle, and he's going to get overrun. No way, he's even killed his teammate. So it's Imperial into the B bomb site, but a player down. And we know how Passion UA have been in terms of retakes. They've been very confident and very successful, and they just come flying through, wasting no time. But Try gets away with it. JT really needs to take that kill. Halzerk could do it, though. Halzerk eventually will. And Passion UA just throw bodies at the problem.
Yeah, they have a decision to make now, though, too. 4 kills, and you get the bomb planted. I would not be shocked at all, and I don't think Passion should be shocked at all if Imperial's going to buy back up into this next round. And then all of a sudden, you have another difficult round to handle. Nice kills from Try with the scout. Finds Kavem, cleans up that kill from early on in the round at the back of the platform. Leaves nicx in a really, really tough position over at window. It's the team kill that ends up being the difference in this round. Unfortunate for noway, unfortunate for Imperial. But Passion take complete advantage of that situation. Scout can't get it done. Nice misdirection from Halzerk, showing a bunch of different peeks and a bunch of different looks before committing. And just a cheeky, wry smile on the face of Vinny as he takes a sip of something.
Monster, perhaps.
I would assume it's Monster, yes.
Oh, nice and clean to kick things off here in the round for Passion UA. They've only lost Kavem and the rest of the teammates cleaning up. You've got Skulls on 20 HP, and JT will make sure it's 0.
Try picks up the hero AK-47 in this round. He's going to have Vinny drop him an AWP in the next. He'll pass over something smaller in return, maybe a Glil, maybe just an upgraded pistol for utility, but they're still going to have the money for the op, so no big deal. Nice clean round. Kavem and Halzerk aggressive in middle and short in a 3-0 start for the Passion defense here on Dust2.
Is gone, and so Try immediately getting dropped here by Halzerk. Oh, it's going to be a very frustrating beginning to this game here for Imperial, and it could get worse for them because JT is just pushed all the way up top mid, come away with Cello, and handed them out a 5v3.
That's way too early. These last 2 rounds, especially even with that hero AK-47, you're losing too many players too quickly. And this is the first gun round where Imperial, they don't even get to execute any of their ideas, any of their game plan whatsoever. Holzerk puts a stop to that in combination with JT, who still maintains some information in middle. JT just keeping track of the scaling. Passion are going to give up long. Let them out in a double stack as Grim is at the corner and KVM up behind him behind the barrels.
There's a peek out. Vinny has removed Grim. He's going to try and go for a shot as well, but that grenade comes flying over the top of his head. And so every opportunity Imperial will get, Passion UA have the response.
Yeah, really nice nade. Good stack as well. Op controlled. KVM, he's going to go back for the fight during the reload. And with 30 seconds on the clock, I think Skulls and noway are just going to have to decide to save this. You've got no step forward. He does have a smoke for the cross, but there's no reason to think that you'll be able to make it into that A bomb site. So weapons are going to be saved and brought into the next round. No bonus money for noway and Skulls. noway can actually drop an AK-47 to a teammate, so they can force out a buy in the next round if they want to. But after a round like this, where you lose 2 players so early, it might be a timeout call from Zach for the Imperial side of things. Oh my God.
Oh, there's
my God.
Yeah, everyone loving that for Passion, and just more BS added on top here for Imperial. The last second grenade after the time as well. Oh, that is so rough.
Oh my God. Even Passion, even enjoying that kill is kind of like, why you got to do him so dirty? Why you got to do him like that? Oh, Zach
they can't catch a break right now at all.
Every coach has been in that seat. The, oh God, what's happening?
Yeah. Everything is falling apart here for Imperial. A nightmarish start here on Dust2. Already a map down in the series as well. Here comes JT. Try getting caught, not ready for the fight. Grim's aggression. Oh, just the one. Can KVM find success? Yes, the answer is a resounding yes. In fact, as KVM goes all the way up towards top middle and catches Skulls as well. This is deathmatch.
Well, I love it. He's just unleashed. I mentioned that JT probably had a conversation with him where it's like, man, if you're feeling it, go take over the game. I think the shock that Imperial is having right now is thinking that they're going to be going up against like textbook fundamental Counter-Strike and trying to play with that kind of a mindset. Well, KVM is kind of the chaotic evil
disruptor
on this map. He's just pushing forward at all times and just making sure you're never comfortable playing outside the textbook, and Imperial can't handle it. I like the philosophy though, in terms of Passion, this constant aggression in I think every round pretty much, someone's looked for a fight, an early peek at the mid double doors. Somebody's gone for a challenge. Usually KVM, we saw Holzerk's peak. Now we see Grim pushing up long in conjunction with the mid aggression. Really disruptive to what Imperial want to do. And obviously mentally decimating them in the sense that, at this point, Imperial can't even think about how they want to play the game. They just have to think about how they stop losing players in the first 20 seconds.
Yeah, well, a head scratcher for sure. For Zach, got to figure out how to get Imperial into the game. They've even had a round where they had tries AWP out. He went for the boost down into the mid doors, and as he's trying to open up the round, Holzerk just peeks out from the double doors and takes him out with the AWP. So, going to be a frustrating beginning to the game. We were just talking about how try is going to be so important in terms of getting a good performance here on Dust2 for Imperial. And so far, Passion UA have kept him silent, and KVM is just running rampant all over them.
Yeah, and the op difference is leaning towards Holzerk at the moment with that opening kill earlier as he peeked through the double doors. On to try himself, boosted up in the corner. Might have another look at it here. Oh, he's got it.
There we go. KVM's gone too, so that's sort of that's the danger man out of the way here for Passion.
Yeah, that's the heavy hitter, at least in the early stages of the round. So how does Passion want to try and recover this man deficit? Grim's going to play a strong position behind the door, which allows Holzerk to shift back with the AWP. The problem is they don't really have anyone who can keep eyes on middle. Defense is going to be very spread thin throughout this round. And I think because of that, they're saying, let's just give up long. Allow Grim and Holzerk to be a little bit more mobile across the map. Good information gathering as well from JT. Got to be careful about how far he goes.
It's going to be JT climbing up. Look at him around the back here.
If Grim can live, the timing of this is insane.
Yeah, JT, oh, there's the first shown and the second as well. JT on the cleanup has drawn it right back to a 3v3. And Imperial now are left with the 3 remaining players at long trying to get into the site.
All right, here's the cross. Molotov up towards the plant spot to flush anyone out of position. Nobody's home. Grim's falling back behind the boxes at the catwalk corner. Still quiet as Imperial as they scale slowly, and now with the flashbang can activate into the bomb site to get a plant. But another retake, and Passion has been stronger in these situations, and the bomb doesn't even go down yet.
Let's try. Shot down in towards nicx. Now JT, yeah, unraveled the round back in favor of Passion UA for a moment, but the round still looks good here for Imperial. JT's going to try and clutch it up, but Try will deny. And finally, Try feel like he can get into a round here. It's a triple kill for him. He opens things up and he closes it.
Yeah, really, really good job from Imperial. Tough situation, because again, when you lose half the attack in that fashion, that round can go to hell very, very quickly. So maintaining their composure on the push out towards long after this double kill. Cello and Vinny probably feel a little bit silly. Grim stops the plant, but commits to the fight, can only get the one, and it's all the op from that point. So good job from Try closing out the round and getting Imperial on the board for the first time here on Dust2.
Flash down into lower. Kevem will tuck himself into the corner. And he gets cleared out by Cello. Imperial start with the advantage again. Kevem once more, the first victim of the round. Holzerk looking for that search. Trying to pull it back. Response is there. nicx to follow up. Kevem, hand to his face, frustrated. He has lost his life in 2 rounds back to back and made this job a lot more difficult for Passion UA.
Yeah, nicx no more utility to close off that choke point whatsoever. So he's playing passively inside the site behind the double stack. There's the flashbang in, Try dodges it. JT in middle, Grim now going for this long flank, and he might be able to catch the bomb. Noway's gonna step out of the tunnels just now. Good flashbang. His attention will be on the double doors, and Grim now has a good advantage. Spotted, takes one, transfers over for a second.
Try. Just waiting for that peak, waiting for an opportunity. He's now in the 1v3, but JT will deny any opportunity to really get going there. So Try has a big round in the previous. Imperial finally break through with their first round victory. They start this round with advantages. It's looking good for Imperial, and still Passion UA finding a way back into it.
They need either a timeout and an amazing speech from Zach, or an amazing adjustment from Zach, or you need a very individual heroic effort in the round, because the early aggression from Passion has made Imperial playing so scared. Look how slow they're moving around the map, because they're so worried about everything at the moment. There's no feel for this game. No one's really making a play that's changing anything. Defense is getting everything they want. And if that doesn't change, this is going to be a blowout of a first half. Oh, this crazy guy's playing the smoke fade. All right, Grim steps out. Pressure towards catwalk, but Grim can't leave long completely undefended, because Cello's going to start making his move. Good kill. Quick kill. They got nowhere to go. I mean, they wanted to make the run up towards short, but there's no avenue or access to it, so 4 players just kind of huddled up with really no sense of what's the best option. Low HP on 2 players. Oh, nice shot.
Oh yeah, great shot from Holzer. Swings on up JT. Another double kill from JT. He really is having one of those days, isn't he, where JT steps up and delivers.
That's one hell of a flick, though, from Holzer.
Yeah.
That was well into the run boost. Quite an adjustment.
Yeah, just can't get anything going here for Imperial. You can see how frustrated Zach is. He's just dumbfounded at this point. Mike comes down. Doesn't look like it's going to be the rallying speech you said they require here, Jason.
No, I mean, I think it's at this, I mean, that's the thing. Zach is already sensing that this team, the communication probably isn't flowing as well as he's used to during some of these runs that Imperial have had to qualify through stage 1, qualify through stage 2. They felt like everything was kind of falling into place. And now you're seeing that kind of regression back towards, you know, a team that isn't really putting it together, isn't really being proactive on the map, isn't having comms and coming up with ideas and coming up with solutions. And I think at this point, when you're 7-1 down and you're really starting to feel battered, not like you're battling for rounds but losing them, but now you're just getting destroyed, I think that sense that this map and this series are lost is kind of starting to spread throughout the team, and it's really hard to get that back. That's why I said you need that kind of individual play. You need something that's going to get the team off their feet, and especially for a Brazilian squad, you need a play that's going to get some energy back and some life back into this T side. Kevem pushing again, and nobody's aware.
Let's see. Oh, he actually turned at the perfect time. He's about to get caught. Senses that timing. Kevem gets to one headshot, then Skulls has to trade it and does so. So we have 4 players out long here for Imperial.
I think Passion know it's coming, though. Grim fell back pretty early due to all the pressure count and the flashbangs that were coming up over the wall. So, yeah, we're going to start seeing this in rebuttal, the push in towards upper, the information that'll be gathered. And then you're going to see that extended play out towards long, you'd imagine, from Imperial. And with all 5 players out long, one has just come back. That's Cello to make sure there's no flank coming in. But yeah, Passion's put this one together with everything else on the map clear and wide open.
Next out from lower tunnel.
He's fine with the information, though. He doesn't want to commit to that fight. He knows JT's in the strong flank.
Yeah, he's fine with that because JT, as you say, is all the way in T-spawn, sprinting in behind, and that means you can start putting your forces on the A bomb site here for Passion UA because you know it's coming here.
And nicx's peek gave him the information that short was not an issue. No one's scaling up catwalk.
Yeah, well, look at the flank timing as well for JT. He's arrived. The pit players distracted, throwing utility at the moment. Oh, JT, he's just gone for it straight away, catching the perfect timing here. Can his teammates do enough holding on? Nope, they're not doing a whole lot right now, so it falls more pressure on JT's shoulders, and he just can't do anything about it. So it was all shaping up nicely there for Passion UA, but they just don't get the kills when it comes down to crunch time.
Yeah, for how solid they've been on this map throughout this half so far, it's crazy to see a round where you have all the information, you have the stack over towards the right bomb site, you know exactly what's coming and what's happening, and that's the round you're not able to control. Interesting decision for the timeout. I mean, I gotta feel like Zach was, I don't know what he'd be unhappy about in the round win, but that's all 3 of your timeouts going into round 10. And back-to-back timeouts. So something's going on within that team that he's not enjoying.
Well, we can find out a little bit later on, but
I say it's a weird timeout, but I guess, you know, when you're in an elimination game,
you just use them when you feel like you need them.
Like, clearly this team isn't playing at its peak level or with any kind of significant cohesion or synergy. So I think that's more the thing, is Zach's like, I'll burn all of them just to get this just to get my boys started, if that's what it takes. But now he's at the mercy of Passion's timeouts.
Grim moving into the longhouse. No way he's going to be holding for him. Now we shouldn't see Grim move anytime soon. Should just be planting himself there until contact is made elsewhere. And in fact, he is going to back away. So Imperial starting to occupy middle. We'll see if that timeout from Zach, that's any reward here for Imperial. We'll see if they can get anything going for the last few rounds of this first half. Got some control towards Cat. That deep CT smoke is going to keep them pinned for a little bit longer, and it is giving time for Passion UA to start to put more and more players up short, and they actually want to go and fight this on the fade. Oh, this is 3 players coming at this.
Round comes down to this.
Make or break moment for Passion UA. Smoke fades maybe just a second too early there for them to feel comfortable, so it's a 1-for-1 trade going down on short. 35 seconds on the clock for Imperial. nicx burns, he couldn't run away, stuck in the cubby. noway starting to slip his way up long as well. Looking good here for Imperial. Every fight going in favor of the Brazilians. And we're gonna see Halzerk just realizing the round's done.
His op never got a move, and Passion's going to be out of money. Man, you know, credit to Zach. I know he burned all 3 timeouts, and that's going to be a disadvantage later on as this game extends, but he's got Passion a chance to come back into this game. For as horrifying as the first 8 rounds looked for them, you've now taken the money away. You've now won 2 in a row for the first time, and you can bring this scoreboard way, way closer considering how dominant Passion was. And maybe a little bit of a tech issue. Maybe that's the frustration we saw at a Holzerk when on this cam when all the players died. So we're going to get a pause in the game. Something needs to be fixed, but it looks like Passion's a little forlorn in how this all played out. Interesting turn of events that this can actually become a competitive half and then potentially turn into a competitive map. Skull's going through his breathing exercises, keeping himself calm and focused.
Hey, it might work out pretty well for Imperial, but, you know, given the fact that I'm sure it was a lot of pressure and frustration starting to mount throughout this. His tech pause might give them a moment to just individually breathe and cool off a little bit.
Yeah, well, especially with the knowledge that, you know, you've just taken away the economy, winning rounds in a row. I think it's you're contemplating how this half could end up and how things are going to look like when you switch sides. Gives Vinny some time to think things up now that his coach can't really have the input that he would like. So Vinny's mind racing with ideas on how to finish this half. The last 2 rounds that are going to be played, Holzerk's headphones are back on, but no indication of what the tech problem could be. I don't see referees at anyone's PCs or admins at anyone's PCs. Okay. TC shuffling through his notes. Coming up with some ideas for his timeout that he takes. I feel like Holzerk is just like bubbling under the surface right now. When he comes up on the cam,
he's like the hand off the mouse. He's back on this. You know, he flips back, and his teammates have lost the round. He's just like,
yeah, that's what I was curious about. But I mean, just during this tech pause, when I see him, I'm just like, man, he's angry about something. It's there. It's ready to come out.
Maybe you see a Hulk Holzerk performance.
See, he looks angry.
It's like as soon as he's allowed to talk again, he's gonna start flipping
I know.
out.
He's just gonna lose it.
I mean, the emotion's certainly going to be running high in a game like this. Even when you're 1 map up, 7-3 up on the second map.
I mean, look, you know, anyone who's, as we mentioned, JT just said at this major, this was the first time he was able to progress from one stage to the next. And yeah, you know as well, like any kind of situation, even when you're kind of on the verge, or even when you're up a map in this series, it can change so fast. He's been in those scenarios before where it's just like, oh, things should be going much better than they are, and you know, having a good run through a stage, and then all of a sudden it turns around entirely, and you get eliminated when you thought you were going to progress. So you can't be comfortable whatsoever. This will be the 6th major that JT has played. Took him 6 chances, 6 attempts to progress and move on.
And fighting for a chance to do it again. Not quite sure what the issue is at the moment. Nick's using an old school mouse with a bungee, Jason.
Got to admire it. A bungee on the mouse pad.
Nix, what are you doing there, buddy?
It's like a third of his mouse pad taken up. Giving a little side eye over to the camera. He's like, I hear you talking about.
Let me check his sensitivity, see what he plays on.
That's wild, man. Never seen anything like it. On the mouse pad, the top left quadrant of the mouse pad occupied by the bungee.
1000 DPI with a 1.4 sensitivity. I suppose that's pretty fast. With 1000 DPI.
You know, I'll be honest with you, I've never really figured that one out. I just know what I use.
It just makes it move faster.
Yeah, I know that. I just don't know. When you say the numbers, I can't have a relative sense of how fast that is.
I use 400.
Okay, and what's your sensitivity?
1.8.
1.8?
So it's a lot lower than Nix's.
A lot lower than Nix's.
Yeah.
Oh, he's that new age Counter-Strike player. You play with a lot of boomers.
Yeah, true. I also copied a lot of boomer settings when I was making my config back in the
Whose
day.
did you copy?
Everyone's. Every player under the sun. What player had a great map? I would choose theirs, you know?
Yep.
Change all your sensitivities, and now I just finally stuck with it. Native res, Jason.
Perfect.
It's the way to go.
Nah, the God res is 1680, 1050, but I'm going to tell you what, that 1280 by 960, it's always going to have a sweet spot.
You playing, what is it, 1610?
Yeah.
All right, you got that custom res going on. Well, we're ready to get back into the action here. Round 11, Imperial finally gotten rid of the money for Passion UA.
1280 by 1024, I think is what I meant to say.
Okay. A lot of numbers flying around.
A lot of numbers. Only number you need to know is 7-3. Passion is up by 4 rounds. Unfortunately, going to be fighting this one with just pistols as Imperial, before that tech pause, managed to bring themselves back into this half. Dominant for Passion to start, but finally 2 rounds in a row to break the economy. And Imperial's going to close the gap by at least 1 to end this half because nobody's home on this side of the map.
Well, look how quickly Cello's getting flanked. I mean, he's pretty much the only player that can have a problem here, and he's going to hear all the steps. He's now locking himself in. He's probably salivating at the thought of all the eco kills he could get here as well. They're coming at him from the left and right side. He's not exactly so clean in that first, and he's trying to back up to short, and he will actually not get away. So just the 1 kill for Cello there.
They'd love to recover that AK-47. The moment just fighting this at range, and they're kind of not sure. Ooh, that's some fine USP work from Grim. A second AK-47 picked up. Yeah, Imperial at this point is just like, take the guns, man. We don't want them. We don't care. You guys can have them. We'll take the round win. So it's going to be 7-4 going into the final round. The saved AK-47s are nice. The economy doesn't really matter, but obviously AK superiority is a real thing. JT trying to do some damage right at the close. Hope the bomb can give him an assist, but not going to happen. We go into the final round with Imperial cutting this lead down to just 3 for the moment.
Well, no way. Coming out to the long doors. He's going to go for the spray down. Grim able to stop him, and no way the first victim here is Passion UA look to take themselves an 8-4 lead. It will be a great result from the first half of Dust2 going into that second half. 1 map already up in the series. Imperial will have so much work to do just to try and stay in this. They're going to start gathering at the B bomb site now for the T side. Looking for a finish over here. We've got nicx on his way. KVEM's in the lower tunnels.
Timing on his peak is going to be everything. And this, oh, he's going to keep going. He's going to keep going.
Oh, he is. Look at this. Multiple targets. And KVEM's so quick with it. Holzerk out the window. Round's done before it really gets going there for Imperial. They want it to finish B. KVEM disrupts them again. And that has just been his playstyle this whole map.
Oh, it's also been the slow pace that Imperial has used to move around the map, right? Like here, they're giving a lot of time over to Passion to find the solutions, find the gap, come up with a flank. And Skulls is boxed in. He's got like, I don't know, like just a little square to operate within on this map. You can't go forward into the B bomb site. Holzerk's looking at that from back platform, just popping his head up once in a while. He's going to wait for nicx's contact and then secure the kill. So a really nice setup at this B bomb site. Molotov coming in. Holzerk still not pouncing up, waiting for nicx to shoot. And they handle business. That's the end of the half. Passion with another strong opening delivery, 8-4 lead as we switch sides.
Welcome back to the StarLadder Budapest Major. Currently looking like Passion UA going to be the team to survive another day here. And for Imperial, they are against the ropes on Dust2. One map down in the series after conceding Inferno. The first half looked flat, and reminder, they don't have any timeouts left coming into this.
Yeah, and I can't even blame Zach with how that half was going. Like, I think he had to burn him. Yeah, it puts them in a tough spot now, but it might have even been worse if he doesn't spend those timeouts to give them something. His back-to-back timeouts gave him those 2 rounds in a row, let them string up to 4 in the half. And that's at least something to work with, considering it didn't look like it was going to go well at all. A setup for short. Flashbang is out, but ooh, Passion's not even in position to get blinded by that whatsoever. Timing's off, and now they've got the advantage.
Noway has to try to take that first kill. Noway gets the damage off. Try finishes the job, and then Cello peeking out long, capitalizing on the opportunity on Grim. So we see Passion UA fall to 3 players. Yeah, I'm not sure why Passion felt the need to really attack short that aggressively that soon. They kind of saw the stack there, right? They heard the flash, they saw the player fighting, they knew that the setup was for short. Could have given some time to let the map kind of play out, the round play out a little bit more and find a different option elsewhere, or just come back into it a little bit later. Smoke is down. Kavem with the P250. Needs to find the openings, but the real strength of this is the Goose player with dualies. That moves up, flashes into the sky. Noway is going to fall, and then try with a double headshot right back. JT falls off short, and Imperial win the pistol. They needed it. Another triple kill here from Try. Yeah, and this half can go a little bit crazy. This game can get really weird still. Now, if Try starts warming up into things, they've won the pistol round. He's going to get the AWP out first. Then all of a sudden, like, what happens if we see a performance from Try like we did on Inferno? Good shot with the USP. Same with Cello. Great reaction. Kavem can only get the 1 because Try is just on point in this round. 8-5. Lead's going to disappear real quick. No significant investment from the Passion side of things. We'll see a 3rd round bye. Cello collapses upon 2 in the lower tunnels. Try and Skulls will finish off the final couple of kills here. And Imperial, smooth start, pistol round and quick conversion. Could be a long old half here for Zach to sit there and watch his teammates line upon Passion UA, calling timeouts to get back on the mic. And right now, you got to be happy with the start of this second half. Here comes the buy very quickly on here for Passion UA. We've got AK-47s in all 5 players. Lack of utility, limited options, and so they go heavy towards B. Heavy towards the B bomb site we go. 4 players in the halls. Gonna sidetrack that B bomb site, take control of Lover out towards Xbox. Kavem gonna lead the way. Here's these challenges out mid I was discussing before the map began. I think Kavem is gonna love these fights. Crisscross smokes. Zerk walking up, it's Kavem to find the follow-up kill, and we ended up Passion UA grabbing the first couple of kills here, and JT to extend upon it. So Imperial, a massive hole in their defense, and once you concede the B bomb site and you have numbers down, it's just impossible really to get back into it. So this is going to be a 9th round for Passion UA. I'm surprised to see Noway even in this position. I think, okay, he's just looking for the M4, didn't realize he'd walk past it. So going to grab it along the wall and back away slowly. Lovely opening kill for Hulzerk. Tough one to control. Very tight angle between the double doors that he had to commit to a spray to connect with, but he does nail the kill. And then Kavem coming through the smoke, able to double up on Skulls in that mid defense. So pretty easy crack into the B bomb site. And Skulls missed a great opportunity to drop at least 1, and who knows what he could have built up after the fact. So despite losing the pistol in the 2nd round, Passion extend the lead up to 9-6, extended by 3. Or in the lead by 3, I should say. Getting ever closer to that 2-2 matchup that would come tomorrow for elimination or playoffs. So close, yet still such a long way to go.
Loud conversation in between the rounds as strategies are called. Okay, fast towards long. We're gonna get Grim to at least take a peek, at least take a quick shot around the smoke. Sees nobody. One is already crossed. He doesn't realize it, but still lands the kill. Great adjustment, but he's got no HP to survive this situation.
Yeah, it's Grim moving out into the position. Cello to drop Grim, and we got a 4v4.
That's information, though. They saw 2 long defenders. They know he killed one. I think they wanted to pick up the pace towards the B bomb site, but decide to call it off and not take the risk with the smokes down.
Multiple smokes down, too. One of the Lurk smoke going out, then the CT smoke comes in to block them, and you have so much time, so you've got plenty of options to figure something else out here for Passion UA. So they do. They run back through spawn, and Imperial is just going to have to sit back and wait for that information to be gathered because there's no one early long. Everybody's playing towards the site. You got Goose and with Skulls. Cello's actually on the bomb site.
Might want to whip out a double door smoke just to prevent information gathering from so that Imperial doesn't realize if you're scaling up catwalk or not. At the moment, Vinny is going to push, and they want to control and take over mid, and they will. Still unknown, though. There's still the risk that Passion is just waiting inside the B bomb site for this smoke to fade, so they can't entirely cheat over towards long. But they've got a pretty good jump and a pretty good sense of what's coming. And here it comes, very quick from Passion.
There's Vinny, straight away onto Holzerk, and they move up into the site. The bomb ready to go is nicx. Oh, it does clear out Cello. Skulls also. And we got JT on the car. One quick kill off the back, and that's Vinny gone, leaving Try in the 1v2. And he can win this because he's been so incredible in this competition so far, and JT is not going to allow him to even take one step out of that smoke. And look at Passion UA's celebration. Smiles back on their faces as they know that's an important round to move forward with.
Yeah, smile on the Rook's faces is adorable. Kevem is just so happy right now because he knows that's just broken the economy. They've got a very good position in this second map of the series now to close things out. 10-6, they've hit double digits, a 4-round lead, 3 away from securing themselves a 2-2 match tomorrow.
I absolutely love it. He adopted the Americanism.
I know,
back
he's
in the day.
a Norwegian that turned into a white trash American that's now turned into Eastern European. It's amazing.
Flash is going out straight away. Molotov's going to clear out Try. I mean, there's nothing worth even keeping there for Try, so it just gets absolutely blasted through the car window. We're now looking at 11-6, really likely over the next few minutes here, or rather next minute, or even less, because we've got Vinny moving through the tunnels. nicx is passive, and Passion UA have taken long control.
All right, Cello, back at the bomb site. That's the only M4, the only chance they have of stealing this round away. Oh, I can't believe Grim didn't spot the head. There's a big gap in that smoke. He's going to cross over quietly. There's the flashbang through the peak, and Grim handles the M4. Kevem handles the play through the smoke, and Grim continues to clear out the bomb site. One final player. And JT grabs that. 11 rounds on the board now for Passion, marching towards victory.
Well, this is it. Imperial, their last real fight they've got here in Budapest. It's been a miraculous run from them. Many doubted them in stage 1 of the competition. Imperial have been put in the 0-3 spot pretty much every stage of this event, but have proven the doubters wrong.
Ooh, great follow-up, Nate, onto Vinny. And a lot of attention taken towards the B bomb side. The defense is shifting, and Kevem is going to surprise them coming off short.
Yeah, he's already moving up. Taking some decent space here. He's been detected before he can get any further. And in fact, noway just stands and takes that fight. Noway's got the advantage of the cover in the bomb site.
That's one of those over-eager plays I think you were talking about earlier where you can see him overextend. Really wanted that fight, wanted the Molotov to force him into the open. Now Holzerk's got a tough situation coming.
Holzerk just going forward and Try getting taken down. And you know, 3v3 off the back of these engagements. 1 minute left. Yeah, and we could see Holzerk actually use this gap to try and take a further fight at range with the AWP. He's not too far off that flick on up. He'll start using utility of his own and going back again. And this time, Holzerk will not miss his opportunity. It's 3 kills for Holzerk in this round, looking to put Passion UA on series point.
And this is great, too. I love this. I love the play from Passion. I mean, you don't have to commit to anything with 45 seconds on the clock. Just give Holzerk time. Give him cover to make things work. Now shifting back into the A bomb site. Good luck, Cello. Let's see what you can do. 1 versus 3 with just a pistol. Flashbang is out. Nobody's home on the railing, and the P250 can't get the job done. Why would it? Vinny left in a 1v3.
Vinny gets cleared out, and it is series point now for Passion UA.
Yeah, I mean, this is an elimination game, and it's supposed to feel intense, but I mean, Passion is just kind of waltzing into a map victory, a series victory as well, and I think everyone in the server can feel it. All 10 players know what's happening at the moment, which is why you see all the Passion players just looking hyped up like they're ready to throw a party, and you see the Imperial players looking like they know they got a long flight ahead of them to end the year.
Well, nicx waiting it long for this opening. He's going to go into the fight and drop his way back into the smoke. Big control taken for Passion UA. Imperial gathering their 4 forces over here towards short and CT. Leaving Vinny solo in the B-bomb site. Passion UA, very likely B split coming up, blocking the short players, keeping them back for now as they try and get out through the mid doors. If they do try and finish on this B-bomb site, they've got 2 players to deal with now inside of the site. It's no longer just Vinny. You've got Skulls waiting at the doors. Bolzer's cutting off rotations, but he can't get the kill.
Oh, yeah, rare miss, and he's got no support either. Everyone's out middle, so he's got to drop off and be very cautious as he backs up with the AWP. 2 players holding this still. Oh, he spots it, wants to go for the wall bang. Not able to land anything, and they're still staying aggressive about it, so he gives him a haircut.
Try down in towards CT. It's a quick kill onto Grim, and then JT making quick work of Skulls, but it's looking like Imperial able to stay hold and stay afloat here, because this is a round that they desperately needed, and they've picked it up quite comfortably at the end. Yeah,
it was same kind of idea. Passion just wanted to go back towards middle and sort of challenge and take their time and get some of those deep angles, but no one ever deployed the smokes to give them cover to attack anywhere. So TC, while they still have a big lead and plenty of chances, is going to call a timeout to talk things over with his boys and try and find that winning recipe. And he knows it's no time to panic, keeping them calm. 5 rounds remaining, 5 more chances to move on to the series play tomorrow. No cause for panic just yet from the Passion guys. So a new idea provided by the coach, potentially. I think I heard double tunnels. I heard something about JT saying they like to drop CT. Oh, maybe, okay. 2 tunnels, maybe one drops off short into CT spawn, like the reverse mid to B.
Well, let's see if that comes to play. Still have all the weapons available to them that they would like here. Passion UA to give it a good go and close things out now. Obviously needs another miraculous run for Imperial. Just here on Dust2 to stay afloat. We got Try. Looking for that opening kill up towards top middle. Not going to be given the opportunity, and obviously knows the timing on that lower tunnel push and doesn't want to get caught. So he's fallen back to the site. Oh, timing that for Halswick as well. Just missing Skulls crossing over to that B-bomb site.
That was a very bold cross from Skulls.
Yeah.
Walking across middle, unsmoked. Fortunate that luck was on his side. Noway eats a good chunk of damage to the Molotov. Don't know if Passion would have been able to hear those sound cues, but again, challenging out middle is Kvem, the front man for this pack mentality between Halswick, JT, and Kvem. And what we heard during that timeout was double Halls, drop CT, so it looks like we're gonna get JT trying to get this set up. They need to force Try off this angle. He's gonna start stepping forward into things. Kvem, this is the drop into CT. If Kvem goes down, and ooh, where'd he go?
He's just hiding. Oh, Try eventually going out for the peak. JT is gonna be that first victim. And the smoke comes up, no one playing with it. 30 seconds here for Passion UA.
It is exactly what they wanted to go for. The drop CT for a mid to B split, but it's not going to be there. Kvem gives up the drop CT aspect of it. Skulls forced back into being passive, and Grim steps into the smoke to cut off rotation, but the B players need to have success.
And so far, it is only success for the CT side. Imperial stopping
Damn.
Grim coming out through CT spawn, and these rounds all of a sudden looking solid for Imperial. They don't lose a single player in this one.
Yeah, Passion having some issues closing this one out. Round's not looking so easy anymore, so in the dying breath, Imperial step up in back-to-back rounds, and this one might be an odd one for Passion to play. I think what they have 2 AK-47s saved. A couple players are really busted on money. So the buy they bring forward is going to be interesting. And now also with Imperial catching these 2 rounds straight, being within 4 rounds, economy starts to be more of a consideration for Passion, where as soon as you get broken on this T side, the CT side is right there within striking distance. So yeah, you're still not panicked just yet, but in the back of TC's mind, he's like, okay, please God, let's close this out early. Please God, we need to finish this quick so it doesn't become anything.
Because it very quickly can. In MR12, we've seen that. We've seen crazier comebacks. We've seen heartbreaking moments. And it could be another one of them here for Passion UA on Dust2 if they fail to find the way through on this T side. We've got JT still with an AWP and Kevem with the AK. There's always a chance. You've got these weapons on the table, and with Kevem, with the way he's been playing in this competition, there's a kill through the smoke and hands to the face of Zach. The advantage falls away from Imperial.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, Passion hasn't really been able, it feels like, to have too much success at the A bomb site. They've shut down a couple of times there, so I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing Imperial at least cheat someone towards CT spawn. Very worried about the A hit. And poor Vinny is just going to get overrun behind this lurk smoke. They pick up the pace through to the Molotov. I take back all my words. Vinny has done such a lovely job, and they can't even commit to the B bomb site. They come right back.
That is insane that Vinny's been able to step up like this and give Imperial a chance to win the round.
They don't have the smoke to cross.
Yeah, they've got to fight. They've got to go with bullets, and Imperial have arrived on the rotation over, and in fact, they've nailed the shot. So it's JT into the clutch. A 1v3 with an AWP? I don't think so. So it goes to the AK-47 instead. Backtracks into the site, but they've moved out now. Looking to try and get in position to rip him away once he comes off that plant spot. And that's Vinny keeping Imperial going.
What a great hold from Vinny. The off angle. Molotov forces them into his arms. He knows they've only got one option with the fire at their feet. Great work from one of the most experienced players on the team. And Cello's starting to be vocal as well. 3 rounds in a row, Passion have been stumped. This one, a little bit of a weaker buy, 4 on 5 rounds, still had an element of danger, so not terrible from Passion. A little bit of stress in that chaos of the situation. Vinny doing a really good job holding on to the bomb site. Another timeout called from Passion. I think TC and some of the players are now starting to feel some of that panic, starting to feel Imperial hot on their heels. But the benefit of having that early start is you get all these timeouts at the close. You get all the timeouts at the tricky position. And now, even though Zach burned his early to get his team started, he gets to utilize these as well to help them finish up and try and make this comeback a reality. Overtime is the only thing Imperial have to fight for at the moment.
Win this round, everyone Imperial will feel like it's very doable. Light that fire beneath them, and obviously they've been facing hardships the whole way through the competition. You know, they haven't come into this event as one of the teams you're expecting to pull off upsets, make runs, progress into every stage. So keep exceeding expectations, and Imperial look to do it again. Kevem has made his way through the mid doors and just rattling bullets over towards Cello. Keeping him on notice, keeping him occupied.
One thing that I think Zach has adjusted for Imperial throughout this game that's made this defense start to look a little bit more staunch. They've started taking, less deaths in middle early on in these rounds. These mid probes in play from Passion haven't been nearly as effective, and now one defensive smoke kind of neutralizes two of them, but KVM is going to use it as a route to walk in towards CT. Spawn shut down emphatically. Off short we go. They need flashbangs, but they've got none, so Try's got an easy shot onto JT.
Yeah, they're fizzling them out right now. Passion UA just can't find the way forward to get into positions into post plants with numbers even close to even, but let's see if they can close out a 3v5.
This is going to be such a hard post plant to hold on to. So hard.
Especially with Skulls looking to take another kill. It's Nick's gone, and all of a sudden it's now Grim and Holzerk, and they're getting pushed in from long CT, and they even have to worry about that short flank, so it's not like Holzerk has the health, so he has to isolate these fights and somehow come away with a multi-kill. He can't do it, but can Grim. He's got to deal with the flank and short as well, and Skulls is just keeping him busy, keeping him occupied as Grim goes into that kill. Now they set up the bodyguard for that defuse, and Grim tries to line it up, but in the end, it's Imperial coming back into it, and they just have too many players left for that retake.
Yeah, I mean, Zach's still just so stressed.
What an emotional roller coaster he's going on.
Even though this is getting close, and even though his team is playing well consistently for the first time in this map, it's still just pure stress. Nice block from Cello, and that's the gap that KVM thought he was going to have. Or, I mean, that's the smoke that KVM thought he was going to have, but Cello creates a gap in it that gives him an easy kill. Grim does his best, but because of a Molotov in the site, the bomb was never planted for him. And man, you can just see the frustration continuing to build up. So Passion gonna try and win on a cheeky bust into the B bomb site with Tech 9s.
Vinny Woody in the back of the side, Skulls and Grim 1 for 1, and they are into the site. We've got KVM clearing them out with a Tech 9. Of course it would be a round like this, Jason.
Two critical misses from the AWP, and now they close the gap. And how do you retake this? Try even has an AWP, the worst weapon for this scenario.
Oh, this is going to be so rough for Imperial to get
elimination on this retake.
Knocked out in this fashion, pulling it so close and losing to a B rush. Passion UA mere moments away from surviving to the final day. Cello gets swung on. Cello goes forward through the window, but Holzerk's dealt with no way. JT and Holzerk looking to get the job done, and Holzerk out to the window. It's now just try, and try as they might. Imperial will end here in Budapest. It is Passion UA that fight on to the final day itself. Imperial had one hell of a run. You know, we've talked about this team possibly going out in stage 1, but they're here playing in stage 3, and it's going to be such a heartbreaking loss for them, especially in that fashion, coming so close to forcing out overtime there.
Yeah, but if you're Passion, you got to love the way it performed today. Yeah, you had some difficulty closing things out, but you've battled back. This has been a